Most people think of Black Friday as a shopping bonanza, a day of deals and doorbusters. But long before the retail frenzy, a different Black Friday darkened American history. September 24, 1869 marked a day of financial chaos, a day of panic and ruin. This Black Friday wasn't about discounted TVs, it was about gold, and a scheme that would shake the nation's economy. This wasn't a simple market fluctuation, this was manipulation on a grand scale. Two notorious financiers were at the heart of it all. Their names were Jay Gould and Jim Fisk. They saw an opportunity in the nation's financial instability, and they were ruthless enough to exploit it. Their plot involved cornering the gold market, controlling the supply and dictating the price. The story of this Black Friday is a complex one. It involves political intrigue, backroom deals, and outright deception. It's a story of greed and ambition, and the devastating consequences that followed. This is the story of the original Black Friday, a day that changed the course of American finance forever, a day that still resonates today. Jay Gould was a railroad tycoon, a shrewd businessman with a reputation for ruthlessness. He saw the gold market as a ripe target for manipulation. He wasn't alone in this endeavor. He partnered with Jim Fisk, a flamboyant and equally unscrupulous operator. Together, they formed a formidable duo. Fisk was known for his extravagant lifestyle. He loved the spotlight. He was the perfect foil to Gould's more reserved demeanor. They complemented each other's strengths. They shared a common goal, to amass wealth by any means necessary. Their ambition knew no bounds. They understood the intricacies of the financial system. They knew how to exploit its weaknesses. They were masters of manipulation. They used their connections and influence to further their scheme. They weren't afraid to bend the rules or break them entirely. Their plan was audacious: to corner the gold market, to control the supply and drive up the price. They knew the risks were high, but the potential rewards were even higher. They were willing to gamble everything, and they almost succeeded. The Civil War had left the United States in a precarious economic state. The nation was grappling with debt and inflation. The government was struggling to stabilize the currency. There was a dual system in place: gold and greenbacks, paper money backed by the promise of gold. President Ulysses S. Grant was at the helm. He inherited a challenging economic landscape. His administration was trying to restore order, to bring stability to the financial markets. Their efforts were hampered by the ongoing instability, and by the machinations of Gould and Fisk. The government's monetary policy was a key factor in the Black Friday scandal. The policy of redeeming greenbacks for gold created an opportunity for speculators. Gould and Fisk saw this opportunity and seized it. They knew how to exploit the system for their own gain. The nation's fragile economy was vulnerable to manipulation. Gould and Fisk were all too aware of this vulnerability. They were ready to pounce. They were about to unleash a financial crisis. A crisis that would have far-reaching consequences. Section 4. The Golden Deception. Gould and Fisk's plan was intricate. It involved influencing the government. They needed to prevent the Treasury from selling gold. This would allow them to control the supply and drive up the price. They enlisted the help of Abel Corbin, President Grant's brother-in-law. Corbin was a key player in their scheme. He had access to the president. He could influence Grant's decisions. He became their inside man. He lobbied the president to keep the Treasury out of the gold market. He played a crucial role in their deception. Gould and Fisk began hoarding gold. They bought up as much as they could, driving up the price with each purchase. They spread rumors and misinformation, creating a sense of urgency in the market. They were manipulating the market with precision. Their scheme was working. The price of gold was soaring. They were amassing a fortune. They were on the verge of achieving their goal. But their success wouldn't last. The government was about to intervene. President Grant eventually realized he'd been manipulated. He saw the damage being done to the economy. He ordered the Treasury to sell gold, millions of dollars worth, flooding the market and crashing the price. Gould and Fisk's scheme had backfired. The market went into a frenzy. Panic selling ensued. Investors were ruined. Fortunes were lost. Black Friday had arrived, a day of financial reckoning, a day that would be etched in history. Gould and Fisk had caused widespread devastation. They had brought the market to its knees, but they managed to escape relatively unscathed. Gould had sold off his gold before the crash. Fisk reneged on his debts. The Black Friday scandal had a lasting impact. It exposed the corruption and manipulation in the financial system. It led to calls for greater regulation. It tarnished the Grant administration. It was a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked greed.